our universe.
The CayVin Universe.
Oh, yes. We're your host. I'm Vinny.
And I'm Caylin.
And love is in the air today, people.
Yeah, baby.
Oh, man. We got a very special episode.
Yes.
Starting off with this great champagne.
Champagne.
Yeah.
Champagne.
Champagne. And then it's beautiful, beautiful cookie cake. Because you want to do a cookie cake? Cheers.
Cheers with the tip. Touch the tips.
Just the tips. Yes, because today is our Valentines / 50th episode anniversary or day. I don't know. It's weird having both of these combined.
Day.
Yeah. Delicious.
Oh my! I got this early this morning, and I have been waiting for this moment all day.
Oh yeah. So, what are we gonna do today?
Well, we're gonna start off with some current events. Because y'all know y'all love to hear that.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna actually let y'all know about the history of the V-Day.
That's right. We're gonna break down the history of the Valentine's Day. It's gonna make my teeth and tongue purple. Great shit.
The Barney. Eating the Barney's ass.
What?
You're eating Barney's ass. You know how people are like, "Oh, you sucked off a Smurf," when then you have like blue in your mouth.
Eating Barney's asshole. Wait, really? Oh yes. So, let's go and go current events. I had some current events, but before the show, you were like, "Vinny, fuck off. You don't need to do any current events. I got them." And
I know.
I
literally was like, "Okay, no, I think I have supplied enough for this week's episode."
Yeah. No. So yeah, what do you got for me?
Okay. Starting off, so I know by now we've already all heard about the Gorilla Glue girl.
Oh my god!
Right. So the story was that she used, she ran out of hairspray, right? And okay, when I was talking to a friend of mine, and I'm like, "Hey, you heard about that girl that put Gorilla Glue spray in her hair, right?" She's like, "Oh yeah, cause she thought it was hairspray." I was like, "No, bitch, this was not an accident. She ran out of hairspray.
Thought out.
She ran out of hairspray and was like, oh, let me use this." And then that didn't really go so well. So her hair was like stuck. Everybody knows, for a month. Today, she found a plastic surgeon in Los Angeles. Flew there this morning
because people were like offering to do it and pay for her and all this shit. Because I mean, it's a dumb decision, but that is tragic, kind of, the fact that she couldn't get it out with nothing.
Yeah. So update. Actually, rewind. She was able to give herself a little bit of relief, and you saw in like her pictures that she had super long hair, right? Well, she actually, her sister helped her use super glue remover, and she had to cut off the ponytail. So she was literally
she was
just
able
stuck.
to get some of it out, right?
So she had to cut her whole ass ponytail off. Like it was just it. Now she has like boy hair.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but like I said, she found the plastic surgeon. The procedure costed about $12,500, and he did it for free, of course.
Right. And
so this is how he did it, though. This was the interesting part. So the main active ingredient in Gorilla Glue, it's called polyurethane, right?
Okay.
So basically, he's like, I'm not a scientist. It's just like, you look up what is the natural dissolver, I guess, for that. And so he used a mixture of medical grade adhesive remover, aloe vera, olive oil, and a dash of acetone. And it took 4 hours, and he was able to completely remove Gorilla Glue from her head. So she's like free of it now. It was like all over the news.
Oh, wow.
I know, right? You like that update?
That's a good update, but
yeah.
If we just go back to the start, when she was holding that Gorilla Glue can and thought, I can use this for hairspray. All she had to do, she's looking at the can. All she had to do, don't put this on your skin or hair. Oh, cool. I shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Some people, man. And first when I heard about the story, I was like, this generation is dumb, is blah, 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 blah. But then I think, no, this is just social media, because I'm sure people did dumb shit like this. You've heard stories of other kids doing dumb shit when you were little and stuff like that, doing stupid things, lighting shit on fire. A big thing when I was a kid is doing The lighter with the hairspray. You heard of people doing dumb shit like that all the time, but there just wasn't social media to promote it.
Yeah.
And you know, like I said, it's a dumb decision, but it was unfortunate that it could have turned into something tragic.
I know.
So the fact that she was able to get it off, I mean, at the end of the day,
yeah,
you know, I'm sure it taught her and a lot of other people a lesson. I don't know how many other people there are out there that would ever think of doing that, but
yeah,
you know, I don't know.
Sad, but happy now. She's finally gonna be able to move on. Hopefully this blows over now.
But different.
Yeah.
Nice. What else you got, Kay?
I was literally thinking that in my head. I love that. I love it so much. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're familiar with Velma from Scooby-Doo, correct?
This was one of my current events, so I'm glad you're bringing this up. Okay.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
So Velma is actually getting her own TV show, and it's actually going to be starring Mindy Kaling, whom I love.
Oh yeah.
But just my little bone to pick was that obviously people didn't pay attention to what type of show this was going to be, because obviously it is animated, and people were already going off saying, why is she playing Velma? She don't even look like her. Really?
Because people just see the headlines and they're stupid.
Yeah, and they just assume,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. That's why we're here, people.
Yeah. Turns out that I found out why she probably got that role.
Why?
Because the creator of Velma is also the creator of the Mindy Kaling Project.
Oh, wow.
Her own TV show. So, yeah, she already had that one in the bag.
Well,
but I think it's pretty interesting.
Because this is her chance to kind of, well, I mean, it's animated, but this is her chance to kind of like go into like a whole nother role. Yeah. It's like kind of different from her just playing different types of her character. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
That's
it
true.
could be interesting.
Yeah. We'll see. I don't know when it comes out, but it's going to be on HBO Max, of course.
Should be the new...
anything that's coming out nowadays is going to be on HBO Max.
Yeah. Following the footsteps of Michael Scott with Despicable Me.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
So that'll be cool. And it's supposed to be like more adult-like comedy, right?
Yeah, I think it's going to it's going to be based more on like Velma, and I think it's going to be like how she has trouble like with relationships and stuff
more
like that.
Like opening up about... Yeah. So
basically.
It's going to be on Netflix?
No, I just said HBO Max.
Oh, I didn't hear that part.
Oh.
Even though I have you in my ears.
I know, it's okay. I'll close up.
This cake, people. Oh, man.
All right, next on my list.
What else you got, Kay?
I should have written this down, but what's the name of the team that refill?
Yeah, you want one?
Yeah, let me finish this real quick.
No, try it.
All right, so next on my list. So the Mavericks, Mark Cuban, right, the owner?
Yeah.
So NBA came out whenever this basketball season started and basically quoting them, allowing the owners and coaches, I guess, to run their pregame options as they see fit, right? Yeah. So Mark Cuban decides that for all Maverick home games, they're not going to sing the national anthem. And so obviously that's like too far.
I heard about the story, but I really haven't heard about. Have you been hearing about any of the feedback when it comes to that? I really haven't heard anything.
I know that he announced yesterday that the Mavericks weren't going to be doing that, and NBA came out today and said, "No, you're gonna do the national anthem."
Oh, what?
Yeah, they were seeing like. That's what I mean. I think Mark Cuban like overthought and was like, "Oh, let me do this," because that's like a big thing. It's one thing to be like, "Oh, like." I don't know. I can't even think of an example, but like pre-game options, right? That they can like kind of move around, which is fine because the season pandemic, it's kind of being, affected. So it's like, but the national anthem, really? That's like a given.
What is he going to play now? The China national anthem?
Yes, but hold on. I
wonder if the Mavericks home games are showing in China.
I have no idea. But, okay. So Mark Cuban actually said this, right? The national anthem police in this country are out of control, he tweeted. If you want to complain to your boss and ask why they don't play the national anthem every day before you start work. In a way, that kind of makes sense. But
it's so hard because
know
it's a sporting event, but that's like at this point it's tradition. So you have to ask at this point: are you breaking tradition, or are you just breaking forced patriotism? Because that's essentially what it is. Yeah. Right? Mm-hmm. It's like patriotism is different from forced patriotism, and that like forced patriotism actually breaks the rules of it's an anomaly because forced patriotism breaks the rules of what regular freedom and patriotism and what America's about, right?
Yeah.
You're supposed to have the ability to decide, hey, I want to do this or not for my team that I own.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's hard because being mad that he's doing that and forcing him to do that is like defeating the purpose of freedom.
Yeah.
Defeating the purpose of liberty and being American.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of like
what
both,
the fuck?
Right? Yeah.
So I think at the end of the day, it just comes down to you're breaking tradition. Yeah. And a lot of people don't like that tradition you're breaking, but
yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Why don't we do the national anthem before this podcast?
We should.
Fuck no.
Just kidding.
Like, I love America,
reaction.
but
I know.
Like, come on, people, grow the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's like that.
You can love this country, but not have to fucking sing a song every day to do it.
Yeah, right. Like in school when they made you do the Pledge of Allegiance and the Texas flag.
I mean, yeah. See, that's cool. It's for school or something, and it's like
it's cool for school.
Why don't? Okay, then people getting mad that they don't do the national anthem. Well, okay, well, aren't there a lot of people on that team that aren't American? They basically are, immigrants or anything like that. Like I don't know basketball. I could be talking to my ass like I am always, but okay, why don't they sing their national anthem? Okay, because it's an American team. Okay, America. All as we learned in the history of Valentine's Day, a lot of things that shape up the things that we do today is because of Christianity.
Yeah.
And the Christian church.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't we pray before every game out in public? Why, that's what I mean. You can make an argument for everything like that. So if you want to be one of those ones that are like, no, you're a fucking American, you built the team America, you should do a national anthem. And it's like, okay, well, America was built on religion, so why don't we pray?
Yeah.
But America was built on freedom of religion too. So it's like, oh, there's another anomaly. So fuck it. You, like I said, you could break this down to any aspect you want, and you're gonna find some hypocrisy in it. So
exactly.
Moving on.
What
do you think?
What do I think?
Yeah.
I think exactly what you think. That's why I'm like kind of like siding with who? I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. At the end of the day, I think I don't know. It's when money's involved, and that's what I think all this spawns from is money is involved. Yeah. Mark Cuban has some ties with China. That's why I keep bringing him up. So, we're gonna play some of your home games in China, but we really don't like the fact that you do the national anthem before the game.
Yeah,
we gotta look deeper into it, which I won't because I don't give a fuck at the end of the day.
Exactly.
Do what you do. It's not gonna affect. Is it gonna affect your life? You know what I mean? That's what you gotta ask yourself at the end of the day. Is the fucking basketball team that I've never watched a game of and I probably never will doing the national anthem or not? Is that gonna affect my day-to-day life?
No.
This is my first thought when I wake up is those fucking Mavericks and the national anthem. No. So.
Yeah. Exactly. Moving on.
Yeah.
Okay. And the last one. So Pokemon, trying to be over here like Fortnite, Pokemon is hosting a virtual concert for Pokemon Day, February 27th. Guess who's featuring?
Who?
Post Malone.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah. They did like a teaser thing. Your mouth is so green.
Really?
Yeah.
I need a napkin.
Use that napkin.
No, there's something around.
I'll get you a napkin.
Just give me that cloth.
I'll get you a napkin.
Speaking of which, we did exchange gifts, and you did give me this beautiful, remarkable case. Oh, look at that. So I got to do a review on this amazing tablet. It's a tablet you probably haven't heard of till now, and you'll never experience because it's literally just a notebook. Yeah. It's a tablet that's just a notebook that basically replaces all the fucking notebooks I had lying around.
Literally.
And, it's beautiful. It doesn't do anything. Doesn't play videos. You can't text on it. You can't even. I would like if you could email on it, but you can't email it. There's no fucking calculators, no apps. All it is notebooks and files for your notebooks. Yeah. And it feels just like paper writing on it. So I will be doing a review on this. Yeah. This amazing piece of technology, designed in Norway but built into China. So.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Whatever. Yeah. What else you got, Kay?
That was it. The Pokemon. What did you think about that? You think it'll be interesting?
I think it will. Yeah. I think
so too.
Everyone's trying to.
I don't know where you see it. I don't know where you find it at.
Is it on Pokemon? Is it gonna be on Pokemon Go? Like you have to go
app?
to a certain place? Because Pokemon Go with the pandemic and everything, they changed it where you can like play from inside, right?
Oh, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Well,
That was kind of cool though, because remember when Pokemon Go came out, everybody would like always be downtown or like out somewhere. That's cool that they did that.
That was the time people were actually up and moving.
Yeah.
It feels like a different world.
Yeah.
Right?
Definitely does.
And what do you think about that?
About what?
The Pokemon.
I think it'll be interesting. I guess I assume they're just gonna take it like Fortnite, like how they did Travis Scott, right? It'll probably just be similar. That's what I think.
We'll come back and review it because I'm sure we'll figure out how to watch it and we'll see it.
Yeah.
So yeah, nice.
February 27th, Pokemon Day.
That's right. What you got, Kay?
That is all for my current events.
What? Is it? I thought you got a lot.
No. The other
Let me see here.
Yeah, you got some current events?
I might have some current events for you guys.
Yeah.
Before we get into the history of Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
I got nothing.
Seriously?
Well, there was I wonder if I can find this clip real quick.
We should just put Brendan Schaub.
The Schlob. The Brendan Schlob. Let's see here. So I just wanted to show this because, like, you know, obviously we're a fan of podcasts.
I saw you commented, that was funny.
Yeah, fan of Fighting the Kid and stuff like that. And this is like the funniest Brendan Schaub clip I've ever seen. And we've never seen this because we obviously got into Fighting the Kid after they did this like Fighting the Kid 3D movie. But I just wanted to show this and get your reaction to this because this is just hilarious. So basically, he thinks he's coming in for an interview as a cop, and you know, this is basically just parroting like how the I guess interview, whatever, what's it called, like audition process. Audition, that's the name. Audition process works for Hollywood. So he thinks he's coming in for a cop, and then apparently he's playing a different character, and he has to pretend like he's getting shot, and they're giving him notes on how to do this.
How to do it.
And you're like you get shot, and then you fall up against the fence and electrocute you, you know?
Okay.
There's a pretty big gun.
Are you going to do the gunshot?
She makes a very good point. I'm sorry. This guy is like, this is like a damn rocket launcher coming at you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's going to be like, boom, you know? So we need a boom, boom, bam, you know?
Got it.
Sam, bam.
Okay. Makes sense.
Bang. Okay, cool. You know what? Let's just do it again real quick. The dancer thing is funny, but I just wouldn't do it because I don't think this. We're gonna like because they're gonna go bang, bang.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I think. Can I get your autograph for my son?
Oh,
do you mind?
Sure. Yeah.
Is that weird? And also, if you don't mind.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, what do you think about that?
How long ago was that?
I don't know. I would like to know.
Because obviously he's like, oh, your autograph. So he looks like he's in like his Fighter Brendan stage.
Yeah, he's all jacked.
Yeah,
that was the funniest Brendan Schaub thing I've seen. That's hilarious.
You could tell he was like, I mean, I guess that makes him a good actor. Because,
yeah, that's what I mean. He
yeah.
needs to do more shit in comedy. Like, can you imagine Brendan Schaub in like a Seth Rogen movie? I hope Brendan doesn't try to copyright that clip that we just showed.
I know, right?
You know, it's
always hope he's more chill than that.
Yeah, no, it's always funny when we get copyrighted for music or something, or even WWE when they're like, "Oh, all your ad revenue is paid to the owner of the music or whatever," and it's like, what fucking ad revenue? We don't have no ad revenue. So Brendan wants to take our non-existent ad revenue to buy himself another Porsche. By all means,
I know, right?
You know? Anyway, let's get down to some. Break down the history of Valentine's Day. So we got the history of Valentine's Day coming up right now, and then we're gonna actually ask each other some difficult relationship questions.
Difficult?
I don't know. They might be difficult.
Yours probably are difficult, but mine are probably not.
Let's get right into it. So before we break into the details of the history, you want to go ahead and give the overall history because what you told me earlier sounded really good.
It was, right?
Yeah.
Pretty self-explanatory.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Valentine's Day, also called Saint Valentine's Day, when lovers express their affection with greetings and gifts. The holiday has origins in the Roman festival of Lupercalia held in mid-February. The festival, which celebrated the coming of spring, included fertility rites and the pairing off of women with men by lottery. At the end of the 5th century, Pope Gelasius replaced Lupercalia with St. Valentine's Day. It came to be celebrated as a day of romance from the 14th century.
Yeah. So what started what we know now today as a, you know, where you get a Valentine and you share, you know, gifts and cards and love with that Valentine.
Yeah.
You just basically found a hoe back then.
Jesus.
Yeah. Because what you're referring to, like kind of like a lottery, in like a lottery fashion.
Yeah.
We'll get down. We'll break it down actually right now. But I just want to touch on that. Yeah, they would actually put names in an urn, and the guys would draw out of the urn, and then that was their Valentine.
That
hoe.
was their chick.
That was their Valentine hoe.
Their hoe.
Yeah. So yeah, for the history, let's start with the festival. So like you said, it's Lupercalia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Lupercalia was actually a pagan festival in February, and it was like you said, it was a fertility festival.
Yeah.
Exactly. Originally dedicated to Phanius, the Roman god of agriculture, and Roman founders Romanius and Remius. I probably said that Remus. I probably said that wrong. And if anyone's like Greek or Roman, they're probably like, "What the fuck?"
I know, right?
You know what I mean? You fucking magook. I don't know, whatever insult they use. But yeah, so a little interesting about the festival, like we said, it was basically like a hoe fest.
Yeah.
You know, you just win, you picture hoe, but
Yeah.
it gets crazier than that. So to begin the festival, members of Luperci, is that what the city was?
Yeah.
Luperci. An order of Roman priests would gather at a sacred cave with an infant, or, you know, where the founders, you know, were dedicated to, blah, blah, blah. The priests would sacrifice a goat for fertility and a dog for purification. They would then strip the goat's hides into strips, dip them into sacrificial blood, and take to the streets, gently slapping both women and crop fields with the goat hide. Far from being fearful, Roman women welcomed the touch of the hides because it would be believed to make them more fertile in the coming year.
What?
Yeah. Later in the day, according to the legend, all the young women in the city would place their names in a big urn. The city's bachelors would each choose a name and become paired for the year with his chosen woman. The matches often ended in marriage. So basically, you dated for a year, and then of course you'd get married, or you know, next year you get a new hoe or something.
Yeah.
You know,
move on.
Yeah. So it survived the initial rise of Christianity, but was outlawed because it was deemed unchristian. Of course, I mean, come on, you know, you're picking hoes out of urn.
Literally.
At the end of the 5th century, when Pope Gelasius declared, yeah, I'm terrible with names, declared February 14th St. Valentine's Day. It was not until much later, however, that the day became definitely associated with love. During the Middle Ages, it was commonly believed in France and England on February 14th was the beginning of the birds' mating season, which added to the idea of Valentine's Day should be a day of romance.
Like spring.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
So, yeah, so that's exactly the roots of it, you know, and that's just crazy how, like, technically how far we became as humans. I mean, shit, that's crazy.
That's true.
But yeah, and it was outlawed, and this festival was often done in secret because of the emperor didn't want like the soldiers marrying women at this time because he thought it would make them bad soldiers. They wouldn't be able to fight and shit like that.
Yeah, they get distracted.
Yeah, so yeah, exactly. So then a lot of people wonder, that's part of the myth and kind of like the weirdness that surrounds Valentine's Day is where did the name come from? So who was Valentine or Valentinius, as some may think? That part's a little bit of hazy history as well. I mean, of course, with any ancient history, you know, it's going to be hazy because this is around like the 200 AD era. You know, after death, of course, or, you know, after the Christian era. Yeah. Valentinius. So he could be basically one of three people, which, you know, what the Catholic Church will recognize as one of three saints, essentially. So they're actually gonna, these saints actually are one of the most popular saints in England and France. And some history about that is, so, like I said, it was Valentine or Valentinius. But basically, all of them were martyred. So one legend contends that Valentine was a priest who served during the 3rd century in Rome. When Emperor Claudius II declared that single men made better soldiers than those who had wives and families, he outlawed marriage for young men. Valentine, realizing the injustice, defied Claudius and continued to perform marriages of young lovers in secret. When Valentine's actions were discovered, Claudius ordered that he be put to death.
Oh, wow.
So still others insist that the Saint Valentine of Terni, a bishop, was the true namesake of the holiday. He too was beheaded by Claudius II outside of Rome. So basically 2 of these Valentines were beheaded because of this Emperor Claudius. So it could be basically one of the 2. But actually the first one I was talking about, because the second one, they just basically give a little sentence in the end. And this is history.com. If you want to read up more about it, people will give them credit because they're giving us this knowledge.
Right.
But so yeah, I'm going more with the first guy.
Yeah.
But other stories suggest that Valentine may have been killed for attempting to help Christians escape harsh Roman prisons where they often were beaten and tortured. According to one legend, an imprisoned Valentine actually sent his first Valentine greeting himself when he fell in love with a young girl, possibly a jailer's daughter, who visited him before his death. So before his death, it is alleged that he wrote her a letter, and in the letter he signed, "From your Valentine."
Oh, wow.
And that expression is still used today, of course.
Yes.
Because his name was Valentine. He signed it as your Valentine. So, and it's actually cool because they still have one of the oldest known Valentines that was created. One of the oldest known Valentine's letters. Of course, Valentines became popular in the U.S. and, United Kingdom, Mexico, all those areas. And then, of course, in the 1900s, they began creating Valentine's cards. But, of course, before that, they would write letters. And there's still a letter from 1415 by Charles, Duke of Orleans to his wife while he was imprisoned in the Tower of London. So in the British Library in London, England, they actually have that Valentine's letter still from 1450.
Really?
That's the oldest known letter that we have in history today.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy, huh?
That is crazy. Just like you said, we celebrate these holidays like every year.
Yeah,
so it's
and we have no idea that it's like,
we have no idea where they originate from. That's why this is good.
Yeah, exactly.
We learn new things.
And speaking of every year, why exactly do we celebrate it in February? February 14th to be exact. Well, some believe that February 14th was the day that Valentine asked to be executed. Yeah, so some believe it was either the day he was executed or the day he was buried was Valentine's Day, February 14th. But of course, others believe that the church wanted to capitalize essentially on this pagan festival, this Lupercalia.
Yeah.
So the Catholic Church, of course, when they deemed it unchristian, they wanted to capitalize on it. They're like, yeah, it's unchristian, but we still like some of the things y'all do. Some of the aspects you stand for, the love, the romance. Yeah, we kind of like that part. So we're gonna take that and we're just gonna turn it into our own holiday. And then because Valentine is known throughout the Catholic Church and things like that, it was pretty much known to be named after him. So they basically capitalized on that and changed it to Valentine's Day, and then still kept it in February where this holiday or this festival took place. So could be either or. You know what I mean?
We don't know. It was what year again?
Yeah. So, but
AD.
Either way, it's still pretty cool.
Yeah. I do have one fact about St. Valentine's.
Yeah, go ahead.
That his skull is actually on display in Rome. And then I guess just like how you said that he was like praised in all these different places, right? So his skull is displayed in Rome, and it's like flowered, it said. So I'm assuming it has like flowers all over it.
Dang.
Well, you can actually find, I don't know specifically in which area, but you can actually find some of his other remains on display in Czech Republic, Ireland, Scotland, England, and France.
Just scattered his shit everywhere?
They just put his shit everywhere.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I know. Yeah. So that's my one fact about the dude.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. Jeez. But, after all that, it still leaves me the question, who the fuck is Cupid? Who the fuck is Cupid?
Right? Where did he come from?
Yeah, where the fuck does this guy come from? No, I'm just kidding. So Cupid essentially, of course, has has roots to Greek mythology. So,
okay.
He kind of got the short end of the stick, or shorter than the arrow, literally, because he was actually like I said, he has roots to Greek mythology as the god of love, of course. Eidos. He was a handsome immortal. That was known to play with the emotions of humans and gods, of course, with his bow and arrow. So he was this tall, handsome, chiseled, immortal type man with this bow and arrow.
Yeah.
But during the Hellenistic period, I believe it is what it's called, they actually changed him to be known as a little chubby, mischievous child.
I was gonna say,
with
why
his
is
little
he a
diaper
fat baby
and wings.
then?
That's what I mean. They just changed him. It was just marketing. Just fucking marketing.
Are you serious?
That's what I mean. Some of this shit we follow today, like Cupid, if somebody literally, this is what happened. Cupid was this one fucking, what year was this? The Hellenistic period. We need to look into that. I want to look at that because I want to put something in perspective. So
the Hellenistic period covers the period of Mediterranean history between the death of Alexander the Great in 323 BC and the emergence of the Roman Empire as signified by the Battle of Actium in 31 BC.
Like listen, somebody. So way back when, so if somebody went and said, you know what, we should change Cupid. We should make him. It should be this or this or that. I remember when people wanted to change Santa Claus to be skinny.
Oh yeah.
And we need to do a Christmas episode, but we will, and we'll break down that history too. That'll be fun this year.
Yeah.
Hopefully if we make it there, you never know nowadays. But literally, if somebody were to want to change Cupid into another image or change the logo, like from Aunt Jemima to this, what is it? The sawmill company.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
that's
what? Yeah. Don't even get me started on that. That's a stupid change. Whenever that's it. Aunt Jemima stood for something special.
Yeah.
And
now, what was the first thing you said? You're like, don't buy Aunt Jemima.
I was like, yeah, I'm not buying it anymore.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Miss Butterworth. Like, fuck.
She's on the grocery shelf, like.
Yeah, but it would be absurd for somebody to go and try to change Cupid into something else or a different logo or anything like that. It's basically what this fucking somebody did in fucking 323 BC. Like, look, guys, Alexander the Great is dead. We got this new Roman Empire. Maybe we should shake things up. Let's shake things up. What can we do to shake things up? We should have people fight, with lions and shit. I'm like, okay, good idea. We should put our enemies' heads on stakes. Oh, okay, good idea. What if we change Cupid from a big chiseled immortal to a cute little chubby baby? That's the best one. Let's do it. That's essentially what happened.
Obviously, they fucking are momos.
It's crazy, and like I said, there's things that could have been set up in stupid ways or by one person that just, who knows how people made deals back then. People freaking let you bang your wife to make a deal back then. You want to bang my goat, take my goats and bang my wife? Yeah, let's do that. Okay, now we can change Cupid. Like, that's how deals were done back then. You know what I mean? So and we're still following this shit today.
That's
crazy.
So terrible. I didn't even know.
Let's get into some relationship questions. You ready?
Oh, God. That was quick.
I know.
That was a quick transition.
Yeah. It literally turned up a page. I don't know. Anything you want to add about Valentines and this? I've been drinking too much of this. This is what happens.
I know.
Do you want more?
Yeah, a little bit.
I'm really feeling this. So basically what we're going to do now is we're just going to ask each other some general easy, maybe some not so easy relationship questions, just in the spirit of Valentine's Day. We're going to get in the spirit and see how we feel about some things as a couple, I guess, or as a relationship, or how we feel about relationship things in general. So yeah. So my first question to you is, which one do you agree with? Love should feel more comfortable, or love should be more new and exciting?
I think, kind of nothing wrong with both, but I kind of like new and exciting.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. I would say it'd feel comfortable.
But see, that's the thing, because I'm already comfortable. So it's like I get more, like, I don't know, makes me feel better when it's like something new.
This is our downfall.
Oh my God.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, I mean new and exciting. Okay, but does it have to be new and exciting all the time?
No, definitely not. That's what I mean. See, this is kind of like
there has to be new
really
and decide. Yeah, I think there has to be new and exciting moments, because
that's exactly what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, because it's not necessarily that you'll get bored of the other person, but it's not boredom. It's just you'll eventually get to that wall where you realize, like, fuck, we just been going through the motions, for the past whatever. So I think new and exciting is good every now and again, especially if and depending on what your situation is, your age or your job or situation. There might be times where you don't have the means or money or anything to go out to be new and exciting all the time, but at least do what you got to do to try to at least make the special occasions special.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? If nothing else works, because if you at least make the special occasion special, and you're with, like, especially like I'm saying it from a guy's perspective, you're with the girl who wants more than that, and that's not good enough. You're making the special occasion special, and that's not even good enough for her. Maybe you should change that up. You know what I mean? Find someone different that's more going to appreciate the effort and appreciate the thought. There's been times even in our relationship where we couldn't do things the way we wanted to on certain holidays, and whatever we could do, we still made the best of it and happy. And then of course there were times too we could do badass cool things for special occasions as well. Exactly. So if you can find a way to be happy in both ways, then I think that's a match.
Yeah, I love that.
Yep. Yeah, baby.
Okay, my turn.
Yep.
So this one, I don't know, I'm just curious. So describe love in 5 words. Just like off the top of your head. Doesn't have to be top 5. My
penis in your vag? No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. That's a hard one.
I know.
And 5, like it has to be. It's not like a sentence, right?
Yeah, no, just 5 words. What do you think love is?
I don't know. Comfortable, new, exciting, always feel. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just reading off the last portion. No, I don't know. Definitely, like I don't know. Just words that come to my head are like cool.
Yeah.
Like hanging out.
I think intimacy can be one of them.
Yeah, I was gonna say emotion.
Yeah.
Definitely sex.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, but it definitely helps. Like that. I mean, I don't know if this is one of them, but I mean, can there be a relationship? Oh, you know what? I think that is one of them. Never mind.
Okay.
But yeah, what are your words? I don't know.
Oh, we're answering each other's questions?
Yeah.
We could do that, right? Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I guess one of mine would be like intimacy. That I guess you could be like sex. Intimacy, laughter. I like that one. I like comfortable, because that's something that I've never really been in my past relationships, that I am super, super comfortable with you. So that makes me feel
comfortable
good.
As in like taking a shit?
I guess, yeah. Or like, I don't know.
Just like anything and everything, right? That's
exactly.
What it is too.
It's like you can do anything and nothing, you won't feel any certain type of way.
Yeah.
So.
You definitely see me at my worst and my best.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me go. Let's jump to that question I was gonna ask.
Okay.
So how important is sex in the relationship?
How important?
Yeah.
Like
before the episode, I gave you that PPP and that pre-pod pipe. Yeah, that was pretty good. So I mean, to us, like, I don't know. I'll let you answer, and then because I asked you.
Yeah.
I'm about to answer my own question.
How important? So that's how how am I supposed to answer this? Like,
because it's kind of a trick question.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's not that it's important. It's that like what it adds to it. Like, I don't know.
So.
Because I think it depends on the person. Like, we're very touchy-feely sexual people, so obviously we do it a lot.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
We do. So I don't know. That's what I mean. Some of these questions are kind of like difficult to answer in a way, but not like I have the answer in my head. I just don't know how to say it.
Right.
But how important? Well, I mean, I don't know. You got to help me out with this one.
No, I mean, I think that's how I said it. It just depends. It depends on who you are, because you like. To some people, like I have been, like I said, I am the way I am, and I, have been with people that were the opposite of that. They didn't like that, Yeah. And I, like I said, I just think it goes to who you are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like to me, like because I think it's what sex is to you. I think that's what it is, because to some people, sex may be just like nothing, may just be a physical thing.
Yeah.
But to some people, it's in like an emotional connection, or like you said, intimacy.
Yeah.
So I think it just depends on that. If you look at sex as something that like, oh, I'm just like out fucking, I'm just kind of like. You don't
want to see it as a chore. Like you need to be doing it.
Yeah, exactly. And if you're with someone where you see it as a chore, like I can understand seeing it as a chore or not wanting to do it if you did it multiple times, in the day or in multiple days already. Then I can understand that. But if there's those times like we come back to special occasions, you're with someone that don't want to do that, then chances are they're not that into you.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Unless you've been married for like, however many years, then I can understand that, But then again, I don't know. I don't feel that way either.
Yeah, me either.
Because I've been with people I was with for years, and I couldn't even probably count on two hands how many times we've been intimate. But then like there's people, like when we first got when we first got together, in the first month it was like every day.
Yeah.
And I think that's just because that's how we both, the type of people that we are, that we're both touchy feely, intimate people. It's like we feel that connection.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I definitely agree.
Interesting.
I love it. This one's kind of funny. Okay. If I went to jail, would you be faithful and wait for me?
Yeah, of course.
Even if I was like, oh, I'm getting ready to serve 60 years in prison.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to be munching on some beaver, so,
Okay.
I mean, come on, would you?
Yeah. I guess, yeah.
I'd be like, look, here's the deal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But if you went to jail, I would wait for you.
Okay.
Good to know.
Sure, good to know. Yeah,
oh my God.
So, what's the worst you've been dumped or dumped somebody?
Man. When I was in middle school, I liked this guy, and he asked me to be his girlfriend. I was like, okay.
Okay.
And that was like the end of the day, right? Like maybe 6th or 7th period. Uh-huh. And then that day we get out of school and he calls me and is like, we shouldn't be together. I think that's just like a middle school thing.
It's just like right away, like by the end of the day.
By like, it took him like 2 hours to be like, oh, I don't want to be with you.
He probably told his friends, and like a girl got jealous and was like, no, I'll be your girlfriend. And he's like, okay.
Literally right in middle school.
Did you cry?
I'm trying to remember. I don't know. I don't think so. I probably thought like, oh, it's only been 2 hours, I guess.
Wow.
But that's just like, what? Like,
damn.
why?
Like 2 hours? Wow. I guess it's the shortest relationship. I've had some of those where you become boyfriend and girlfriend by the beginning of the day, and by the end of the day you're breaking up or something, but not 2 hours. Like shit.
I know, right? Fuck,
oh man,
fuck me,
I gotta know what the fuck. He didn't know his ass from his elbow. Like literally, like he goes to the bathroom and he's like, "Oh shit, I gotta shit out my ass, not my elbow." Puts his elbow in the toilet. You know what I mean? It's a Dane Cook joke.
Oh my
funny.
God.
Oh gosh. Yeah, I don't know if I've been dumped bad or dumped anyone bad, because I mean all my exes were hoes. They all cheated on me, so I mean how bad can you get there? I don't know. That's weird. I do remember one time actually I had a girlfriend. Her name was Kara in like 5th grade, and we would talk on the phone, and I remember I sent her like one of those rings you get out of the 25 cent.
Oh my
thing.
goodness.
I literally sent that to her in an envelope in the mail, and yeah, we would talk on the phone, and then we just stopped talking one day, and we never like officially broke up. So technically, me and her are still dating.
Okay, good to know.
No, it's like 5th grade.
5th grade.
I saw her a couple years later on a school trip, and it was just like so awkward, and we didn't even look at each other. So I was like, guess that means we're done.
Yeah.
Like 3 years later, I'm still holding on to it. No, I'm just
do you think past relationships should be discussed or kept in the past?
Discussed? Why are you gonna keep? Let's say this is what I don't understand. If you're gonna be with someone, especially if you're gonna marry them, you're gonna love them, and I want to know everything. You get to the point where you want to know everything about someone because you love them. So how are you gonna be that type of person? And be like, oh, like I love you, I want to be with you, I want to marry you, I want to have your children or have kids with you, but I don't want to know about this one little part of your past. Just take it, square it off, and then throw it away. And it's like, how the fuck do you expect to know about someone if you don't know everything? You know what I mean? It's like you can't just pick and choose what you want to block out just because you have your own issues. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's just what I feel about that.
I guess.
Yeah.
So my opinion would actually be that I feel like to a certain extent, like there are some things that I don't need to know, and some things that's like, okay, fine, if you want to tell me, that's fine.
Well, I'm not going to tell you like details like, oh.
Exactly.
Well, I did tell you details on one girl that I put in her butt and she pooped on me.
So that's the annoying part. The stuff that so just think about it. The stuff that I don't want to hear, you shouldn't tell me. But if you think, there's plenty of times when like you tell me something and I'm like, oh, fuck that bitch, because you tell me crazy shit that
you just want to hear the bad stories. You don't want to hear the good stories.
Yeah. Why would I want to hear about you being happy with somebody else? before me.
Okay, well then that brings into my question. Can you what makes you fall out of love with somebody?
What makes you fall out of love? Well, I don't. You stumped me on that one.
Yeah.
What makes you fall out of love? When somebody is unfaithful.
Okay.
Because in my opinion, or no, not in my opinion, actually, this is true. I have personally never been cheated on, so I don't plan on ever experiencing that.
Okay. I'm just kidding.
So, yeah, that's just one thing. So it's like,
yeah,
if it's never happened to me, then I don't want it to.
Well,
you know.
Well, then that kind of goes hand in hand with another question. So, can love fade away, or when you love someone, that's it? You always love them. So, in that sense of cheating, do you feel like it just goes away overnight? Like, oh, you cheated, I don't love you anymore.
No, it doesn't go away overnight.
So how? I mean, like, so basically, you can slip out of love with somebody.
In that case, if that happens.
And I think if you slip out of love, I don't think it's love, because I think it just there's such things like puppy love, my dad would always call it, or like false love. There's a lot of that going on, and it's when you find the right one that you realize, like, oh, like these little issues that I thought were an issue aren't an issue, and it's just different. Yeah. I don't know, it's just hard to explain. It's hard to explain. Too many of these people. Speaking of which, is there any more?
Oh my.
All right, one more little glass.
Okay.
Like I said, watching my downfall, people. Yeah, you got a question?
Okay, let's see. Would you ever do couples therapy?
No.
I don't think so either.
I mean, maybe I'll try therapy, like single therapy. But I think when you add two people and then one person like moderating, basically, it just three's a crowd. It only takes two to tango. You know what I mean? One-on-one therapy is good. Couples therapy, not so much, because then it'll get to a point where you start singling each other out, depending on who's the therapist. Even if it's depending on the gender, you may gang up on one person, and then it makes that person feel more like shit, and then one person will think they weren't heard enough. And I just think it's better to just go to your person, get your shit off your chest, see what they think. You go to your person, get your shit off your chest, think what they think. And then now we have a conversation. How did your day go with talking to him? How did your day go talking to her? That's your own therapy that you can work on together. Things like this. This is therapy for us. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
you're right.
You can find many ways to, if you're having relationship issues and you want to go to couple therapy, here's the deal. If you're a struggling couple and you're thinking, let's go to therapy, here's what you got to do. You both got to, depending on how your lives are, you got to figure out a day to just chill, both of y'all. And get the kids away, find a good place, good hangout, good couch, blankets, get some snacks, get some drinks, and smoke a fat blunt together. And just talk. Talk and drink and eat and smoke a J. And I guarantee you'll solve some problems. And then I guarantee you'll look at Cross and you'll be like, you know what? She's fucking cool and she's fucking beautiful. Why haven't I ever thought this before? It's because all the bullshit of society was hindering your eyes like a fucking filter. That's why. And you're thinking, oh, I need to get a girl like this because I'm cool if I get a girl that looks like that. Oh, I want to get a girl that, she could be a bitch to me. She could not talk to my family, treat everyone that's around me like shit. But as long as people look at her and think, damn, she's hot, that's the girl I want. Yeah, if you're like that, you're fucking stupid. You need to get someone that you can look across and you can say, damn, she's fucking cool. And she's fucking beautiful. And she sucks good wiener. And she cooks good food. Nice. And funny. And list can go on. You know what I mean?
I love it.
Yeah. That's funny. Funny stuff, people. What's worse when it comes to cheating? An emotional relationship or a physical one?
Like a person has with somebody else?
Yeah.
Ooh. Physical, I feel, because that would have to mean that you like actually cheated on me and like touched somebody else, right?
But see, I feel like this question is like a rhetorical question, because if you're having a physical connection, then you obviously have to. Well, no, you can. Yeah, basically, if you have an emotional connection, you're having a physical connection, because I think emotional connection is required, or emotional connection is required. No, wait, let's see. I'm fucked up. Physical connection is required to have an emotional one, right?
Yes.
But emotional isn't required to have a physical one.
Exactly.
So if you choose emotional, you're basically going both. If it's emotional, it's basically emotional and physical. If it's physical, chances are it could just be physical.
Yeah.
You know, because there are just guys that just like, oh, I just fuck, man. I just want to get my dick wet. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know, sorry, babe. You know.
Yeah. I don't know.
Women put up with that. That's crazy. That's the crazy part. You know.
Yeah.
But hey, some people want to have their cake and eat it too. You know, like I said, there have been times where you could have that emotional connection with someone, but you just don't have that physical connection with them. You know. Yeah,
that's true.
So then I basically just cross out. I was talking to my house, cross out what I said, because it is true there. But is it an emotional connection? It's like, you know what I mean? Like, there's people you may be like, oh yeah, she's cool, I like her to be around, but I just don't want to bang her. I want to bang other people. But then that doesn't make sense. Why are you like? See, that doesn't work.
Yeah, no, you can't really just have an emotional connection with somebody. You have to be physical to have that, just like you said. Yeah,
like, because my emotional connection with you is I'm crazy about you, and every time like you change or anything, I just want to do it. You know what I mean? I think that's a good emotional connection.
Literally can't get out of the shower and change in peace.
Yeah, I don't mean to me in a few years. It's like, this is all consensual. She's my girlfriend, soon to be fiance.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm. Oh gosh.
So this one's interesting. If one day we have a child and that child gets old enough to start learning about what love is, what's the first thing you teach them? What's the first thing you would teach your child about love?
Don't date hoes.
Okay, this is like your 5-6-year-old. It's like,
don't date hoes.
Oh
son.
My god.
I say, boy, like God of War, Kratos.
Boy,
don't date hoes. You imagine?
No. Is that your real answer?
No, I mean, I don't know. What do you say to a kid? Like if he asks, like, what is love? I'll be like,
maybe it depends on what age they are.
I don't know. If they're a little kid, I would say basically it's like somebody that you are really, really good friends with, but you see, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to describe.
Yeah.
Because like to a kid, you know, this is obviously why we're not fucking parents, but like it's hard to explain, like, because there's different types of love. You know what I mean? So you have to literally. This is why when we have kids, like they're not gonna be the types of kids to ask a ton of questions. They might ask you a ton of questions, but I don't think they'll ask me a ton of questions, because every question they'll ask me, I will literally sit them down and I will break down every fucking thing about this one question, and they're gonna be like, "What the fuck?" Like, I just asked you why your fucking rectangle's blue or something. I don't know. Like, and they could be like, okay, I'm gonna ask mom next time because dad talks too much.
I think the first thing, or the easiest way that I could do, and this is just like assuming that my child is young, I would just tell them that you'll know when you love someone when
your pee-pee tingles.
No, when you can look them in the eyes, and then you just like get that feeling.
Oh, the butterflies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That feeling in your heart. Of course, I'm gonna like tell them about the whole heart and stuff. You know, that's where you feel it.
Yeah.
Your heart.
Yeah, well, I mean, you got to break down the science. Well, son, the blood actually goes from your brain when you see something with your eyes that gives you that feeling in your heart. It also gives you that feeling in your brain that makes blood rush down your spine and go into your wiener, and that's how you get a hard on.
Or that.
I said, I'll break down the science. I'll break down psychology. I'll break down everything. They're going to be like, shut the fuck. My kid's going to be 6 years old. He's going to be like, shut the fuck up. Be like, damn, can you just tell me why giraffes' necks are long? Like, just tell me just because. My kid's going to tell me, he's be like, Dad, you're just supposed to say just because.
Yeah.
Like, so have you ever dated multiple people at once, and did they find out?
I've never done that.
Good to know. Good to know.
What about you?
Never dated, but I banged 4 girls in one night one time.
In one night?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I didn't shower in between.
That's so gross.
Yeah. I mean, it was all consensual. Nothing bad. No one's going to come fucking me to me, people. That's not bad, right?
Like, what were you even...
Oh, dude, I was wildin'.
Don't call me dude.
It was during, obviously, when I was going some things in my last relationship and I was off the rails and, you know, going crazy and on, you know, Tinder and stuff and just meeting people and just, you know, living. Back when I was living.
What do you mean, like, in
living?
That
back when I'm crawling the night, 3 a.m, driving around the old Tahoe, looking for some McFlurries.
I drive around that Tahoe with you.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of car washes.
Is that funny?
Oh man, back when I was a night crawler.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, stuff. When you call yourself the night crawler, you're asking for Me Too.
No, it could be referred to the movie, like Jake Gyllenhaal looking for crime to film, trying to make money. You know.
Okay, no.
The night crawler is actually, it would be more of a. Let's move on.
Have you ever changed yourself to make someone love you?
Have I ever? Yes, and not in a good way. You know, but also, yeah, I mean, because I think, do you think love changes you? Like, you know, that's kind of a double question we just asked. Because because I think being with someone like does kind of change your ways and where you start looking at things from their perspective, right? Yeah. It's just up to you to decide if their perspective is right or wrong, and if it's right, then, you know, go that way. But if it's wrong, it's up to you to tell that other person, like, hey, maybe this perspective isn't the right perspective. Like, love can blind you in ways where you will start seeing perspectives, and when you get out of that, you know, I would consider that toxic. When you get out of that toxic relationship, then you think like, oh, I was a fucking dumbass for thinking that way, and the reason why I thought that way was because I thought because it's like everything else. It's like, oh, like you're cool if you think this way. So to that person in that family, that's how I fit in. That's how I become cool if I thought the way they thought, you know? And again, you know, where does that get you?
Exactly. Like in my experience, like with my ex, that's why this is something you didn't even know. You know how you've made the comment before, like, oh, you like country guys and this and that. That's what you assume because. That's
why you liked me, because I gave you that rebel pee-pee.
Oh my God. What I'm trying to say is that my ex was super into the country, so it's like
obviously
but that really wasn't, but more in a way of seeing this is simple stuff, because it's the type of music I listened to and the type of things that I did you know. I went to more country concerts.
I there was a time where I listened to country as well, and I'm just like
that, and then that's why when you tell me, when you
sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
Oh,
I just thought something just popped in my head.
Oh,
yeah.
I saw it pop in your head. That's funny.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why I just get annoyed when you don't say it anymore, but when you used to say stuff like that, because I'm like, no, that wasn't me, because I literally did all that because I, you know, that's what he liked. But I could actually say at the end of the day that I didn't really like that stuff.
No. Well, yeah, I mean, that's I guess that goes hand in hand to what I was gonna say, because you know how I am. I love because I thought about that when I was saying listen to country. I listened to metal still during that time.
Yeah.
But just not much of it, because you know it was mainly she controlled the aux. You know what I mean? That's another thing. It was one of those things where it's just like you have to have a balanced relationship. You can't just have one person control everything. But anyway. You have to know when to compromise and know when to say, hey, it's your turn. So are there any annoying habits that other couples do that bother you?
Maybe the ones that put their business out everywhere. It's like literally
just
trying to get attention,
joint Facebook accounts.
Oh yes. I don't like that.
Oh my God, this one dude on my Facebook, he basically went through a whole soap opera of his chick leaving him and going back to her ex, and then
God, I remember that guy.
Coming back, and then they're gonna get married, and this dude was dude, oh my God, I don't even it's hard to say, because I understand you have a broken heart, but literally there's like I said before, if you're fucking depressed, if you're thinking about doing things, if you're thinking about hurting yourself, and I don't even want to go that far. I just let's just stick with depression, because there's people that use depression that go through depression that are really depressed, and there's people that go through what I like to call false depression, where it's depression or it's basically depression that the only way, because that's the whole thing about depression, you really can't figure out a way out of it. you know, and it's like this everlasting hole that you just fall deeper and deeper and deeper into. And yeah, you know, there's people there for you. Yeah, you know, there's people around you that loves you. You know, there's ways for you to get help, but it's like the deeper you fall, the more you don't want that help, the more you don't want to reach out, the more you don't want to post about it, the more you want it. Like I'm sorry, but I haven't been on Instagram, you know, for a while, you know, and you post the fucking stuff on Instagram because I'm just like, I don't even want to fucking deal with it. Like, you know, but I'm not saying that like right now I'm going through, you know, trust me, in the past few months I've been down that deep hole, and sometimes it's up to yourself to crawl out of that fucking hole. And, you know, like I said, because the deeper down you go, you don't want people to help you. You don't want people to even you don't even want to be around people. You just want to just snuggle in that hole sometimes. So basically my point is, if you're going through that shit, you're not going to be fucking posting every day. Oh, I'm so depressed. You're an attention whore. You're not depressed. Yeah. If you're going on Facebook talking shit, saying that you're like this and like that, that is an attention whore. That's not depression.
Yeah.
What I just described, that's real fucking depression. So don't give me that shit.
Yeah.
You know, and there's people that do post, and, you know, they use, you know, I'm not saying that everybody that does that, because there are people that post and they do it subliminally and basically asking for help, but they don't want to directly come out and say like, I need help.
Exactly.
So they find a ways to post, but subliminally show that like, hey, I'm fucking going down a hill. You know, it could be something, you know, where it be quotes that they say, pictures that they share. You know, there's ways to post. If you are going through it, there's ways to do it where you're not seeking attention, and there are people that do it that way, that understand how to do it that way because they really know what's going on, you know what I mean? And some people know how to spin that into something, you know, positive, or something where they can still live every day and be normal, but yet you're hiding this deep deep black ball inside your heart. Sometimes you just have to live with that and move on, you know? There you know, because like I said, when you're depressed like that, where you're constantly seeking attention, though that's like, well, okay, what's gonna fix your depression? Oh, if I get all these people commenting, asking, you know, telling me they're here for me and all that, oh, that fixed my depression. You're not depressed. You're not depressed because you probably like me. I'm never gonna fix my depression, because the only thing that's gonna fix is my mom being here, and she's never coming back. So like, what am I gonna do? Go on Facebook, be like, oh, I need help, my mom's gone. Like, no, I'm crying every day, but nobody knows, because I'm not gonna fucking do that. Well, people know now. It's just because I'm going on this rant, and I have been drinking. So let's move on.
Jeez.
Good long episode.
Yeah.
Yep. You ready to finish up here?
Yeah.
All right. Got anything else? Any other things on your mind? Anything you want to say?
I love you so much.
I love you too, baby. My Valentine.
My forever
be my Valentine.
Yes,
my
baby.
forever Valentine. So thank you everybody for joining on this special Valentine's Day episode, and this special 50th episode. I can't believe we already did 50 episodes.
I know.
Wow. You're gonna start seeing changes here and there throughout the episodes. We're back heavy into it. So of course, that's gonna get the creativity flow buzzing. So of course I'm gonna maybe change up little episodes here and there, add things here and there. So you guys have made this possible, you know, whether it be the 20 views we got on some videos, or whether it be 100 views we got on some videos. Thank you so much for joining us. If you always made it this far, again, it's awesome, and we're going to change it up. We're going to be around another 50 episodes, another 100 episodes. We're not going to stop until we achieve our goal of finding all the awesome people for our universe, essentially, for our cult. No, I'm just kidding.
Also, what?
No, so so go ahead, and we like I said, we're going to change things up, starting with our website that is officially live.
Officially up.
Yeah, exactly. So you can go to CayVin.com, CayVinUniverse.com, CayVinUniverse.com, K.Vin, whatever's easiest for you. But of course, the easiest two things to remember are going to be CayVin.com and K.Vin. You type in K.Vin in your browser, our fucking website will pop up just like that.
Bam.
So of course we're going to be keeping updated with the latest videos. Of course, we're going to select clip of the weeks. Our top 10 or last 10 episodes will be on there as well. But of course, you can just subscribe on here on YouTube. Subscribe on whatever podcast app you're listening to. But yeah, if you want to contact us, you can contact us on that website. Just scroll down. There's going to be a contact form. Even if you were listening and you want to advertise on our podcast, go ahead and submit that contact form below. Been some jobbers submitting contacts recently, some of those marketing people. Don't you fucking hate those marketing people? Hey, my name is Joe/Dave, and if you pay me $100 a month, my company will get you some assets available. What do you think about that? Like, those fucking scumbags. I'd rather deal with the fucking Nigerian princes that need $100 and then they'll send you back $1 million. You know, that's an easier transaction.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So yeah, contact us on that website. Any questions, comments, suggestions, whatever you need, guys, we are here. But yeah, what else you got to say, Caylin?
Happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, my love.
Happy
I will now propose to you.
Baby.
I'm just kidding.
I know, right? Wait over here.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you better.
All right, peace and love, guys. Thank you for being a part of our universe, and you will hear from us soon.
Bye, guys.
Right here.
Yeah, making the cuts.
Oh, look at that goodness. Oh man, look, I want a piece. Oh man, that looks good. Happy 50th Valentine's. 50th Valentine's.
50th Valentine's, babe.